Hi guys, and welcome back. Wow, the time is just flying by so quickly. I'm struggling to find time to make these videos for you, but thank you for sticking around. Today we are going to chat about important things that you need to do in the few weeks before the show. Let's get into it. So if this is your first show, make sure that you tick all of these things. Firstly, it is posing practice. So about 6 weeks out, you want to start practicing your poses. And that is because it takes some time to get fit to do the poses. Holding a pose for a certain time while you are on stage can be quite exhausting, especially if you're tired and you haven't been drinking a lot of water on the day. So it's good to practice this beforehand so that you don't sweat a lot on the day of the show, and also so that you feel comfortable with the pose and the position. So you generally, most federations have the front pose, the side pose, and the back pose. Some federations like WFF have them that you have to do it front, side, back, and the other side, which is good to keep balanced. But other federations like the NPC just wants you to do the front pose and the back pose. So that is for the bikini lineup. Just make sure that with the federation that you're going to compete, that you are certain about what poses they want you to do, and also what is the requirements that you have to wear. And then you want to start practicing these poses. So I would suggest put a timer on your phone and pose for 1 minute, one position, and then switch to the next position and switch to the next position. So you spend 1 minute in each one, and you can go on like this for like 15 minutes at a time. Depending on how big your lineup will be on the day, I've once stood in a lineup that was like 20 girls. The lineup can get very long and you have to keep posing, because the judges are looking and they're trying to eliminate people. So you have to keep your pose at all times, and if you're on stage for 20 minutes or so, that can be quite challenging. So be ready and be prepared. And another important thing is, when you are on stage, you cannot see yourself. There is no mirror. So you have to practice your posing without looking in the mirror as well. So I suggest start with a mirror so that you can see yourself, and then do it without looking in the mirror. You can just look up while you get into the pose and then look and see, are you right? You will have to rely on what you feel in your body and in your muscles on stage, because you cannot see what you look like, and you definitely don't want to prep so long and look great and then do poor posing and then place badly because of it. Then the next thing is the skin prep. You want your skin to be very soft and smooth on the day of the show. You are not allowed to put any cream on before you get your base coat tan and your tan, because that will make the tan not stick to the skin. So the night before you have your base coat, you will have to take a bath or a shower and scrub yourself, and you cannot apply any cream before the tan goes on. So you want your skin to be in good condition before you put the tan on, so that it's not flaky or dry. To get your skin ready, it's important that about 3 to 4 weeks from the show, you start scrubbing your skin and applying cream on a regular basis. You can do this daily or you can do it every third day, but make sure that you do prep your skin. You can also make use of toning gels that's available on the market to get the skin more smooth if you're struggling with any cellulite or uneven skin tone. Please do not rely on these creams completely, and don't rely on your water prep completely. You do have to be in a good shape before that last week. And the third thing is to start regulating your salt and your water intake. So you did have a baseline of how much water you're supposed to drink every day and how much salt you take on average, but it doesn't really matter that much until the last week. So the 2 weeks before the last week, you want to make sure you drink the same amount of water every day and you take the same amount of salt. Because in the last week with the water prep, you are going to manipulate the salt and the water. And you do want your body to respond to this. But if your body was not consistently getting the same amount of water and salt, it's not really going to look much different. It's not going to work that well. Your body needs to feel that there is a big change happening in that week. So currently I am taking a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and I will apply that over my meals after they've been meal prepped and ready. This is not including the salt that is in the food. I don't put that much salt in the food while I cook it, but just the added salt that I put on. So obviously in the last week I'm not gonna cook my food in salt. For now I'm regulating it with a quarter teaspoon that I add per meal. The fourth thing is to make sure that you have ordered your bikini and your shoes. If you need a new bikini or shoes, you'll have to do this about 8 to 6 weeks depending on the company that's making the bikini for you. They require the orders 8 to 6 weeks ahead, and also you want to receive it in time so that you can practice in it a few times and get comfortable and see if there's any adjustments that needs to be made. Don't leave this till the last minute, because it can cause a lot of stress, and you don't want extra stress that causes extra cortisol. You want to practice wearing the shoes and get comfortable walking in it at least 4 to 6 weeks before the show. Make sure that you arrange your hair, your tan and your makeup so that you have a slot available. There is usually people at the show that does it, so you can book a slot with them, or if you are using somebody outside, then make sure they are available on the day and make sure of the rates that they're going to charge you so that you can also plan financially. Another little logistic is to make sure that you've got your leave ready. If your registration day is on a Friday and you need to arrange leave from work, make sure that these things are in place. Again, you don't want extra stress near the show. I'm feeling very confident. I have made good progress. In my first video, I mentioned that one of my goals is to get a nice glute hamstring tie in this year with my prep. And have I done it? Have I not done it? You'll have to wait 3 weeks to find out. Thank you for watching and have a great evening.